Neuropathy again. We're doing a series of videos on neuropathy so that you can kind of see what exactly you can do, how to help yourself with neuropathy. So if you have neuropathy, you know there's buzzing, burning, tingling, electrical feel in the feet or the hands. A lot of people will tell me, well, I'm not diabetic, so I don't think that's what it is. But I will tell you, percentage-wise, around the country, people who have neuropathy that are diabetic, it's about 30%. Literally 70% of neuropathy patients are not diabetic. Most of the time, it's actually a spinal nerve that's causing that down into the legs, combined with either toxicity or a nutritional deficiency. So literally, I'm getting ahead of myself, but there's 5 things that you have to check when you have neuropathy. So number one, you want to test and see if you can be helped. If you have the test that I've been telling you about in the previous videos, if you saw those, and those talk about a test that will test you for how much damage you have in your neuropathy. In other words, your how bad are the feet or how bad are the hands? Have you lost all feeling or just a percentage of feeling, and what percentage have you lost? And then we do the calculations and can tell you, okay, that's at 20%, 50%, or even 80%. If you're above 85% loss, then there's likely not a lot you're going to do. That's one of those situations, and I hate to say it regrettably, but you learn to live with it. You have to figure out how to deal with the pain of it or the numbness of it, because it's really not going to get a lot better. However, if you're below 85%, there's a really good chance you can actually turn that around and get better. 50, 60, 80%, 100%. Had a lady in the other day. She'd had neuropathy for years. We started working on her, and she reversed her neuropathy. In other words, her numbness is gone. Her tingling is gone. Literally none. She has no more. It's gone completely over. Can you imagine what it'd be like to have the neuropathy gone? If you've dealt with it any number of years or any length of time, you know that it can be crippling. It can be terrible. I had it myself for years. And, the reality is I'm so happy to tell you that it can get better. I did a lot of research on this, obviously to help myself, but then to help those people who had it as well. So, we're teaching how to get this better. We do the test. We find out if you can be helped. If you can be helped, then we have a series of 5 things that we do. Number one, you want to look at what's the physical cause of it. In other words, is there something physically going on in the ankles, in the knees, in the hips, in the spine, wherever it would be at. And then secondly, we want to test and see if there's anything from a nutritional component. In other words, you've heard of, I have neuropathy, take vitamin B and, all those kind of things. And you have the miracle cases and it responded and everything was great. And then you have the people who are like, no, that really didn't help me. We're going to talk about in another video why that is. And then another thing you have to look at is, do you have a food sensitivity, food allergy, that kind of thing. We have found over 87% of people who have neuropathy will have a food sensitivity of some type. At least one, in many cases, 2 or 3 or 4. Most of them have never been tested. So you say, no, I don't think I have that. I don't have a food sensitivity. And actually, in many cases, you do. You just don't know it because you never were tested. So that's one. Sometimes it's actually from the brain. When you measure how the brain works, what does the brain control? The brain controls everything. And so C3, C4 in the brain, when we do EEG readings right here in the office, we do the test. We do the EEG reading in the brain, C3, C4 motor areas. That's the sensory and motor. What that means is what you feel and how strong you are. If that area is slowed down in the brain, then you're going to have sensitivity in the feet or pain in the back or shoulder, what have you. If you're already weak in the nerves that goes to the feet, then when the brain gets weak like that, it'll cause the feet. And so, we have to look at the brain sometimes. And then heavy metal toxicity. Do you have heavy metals? And most people have never been tested. I got tested. I had heavy metal toxicity, and I had to detox mine out. So I've been through the route that I'm recommending people get tested for. And when you start to look at these 5 things, you can actually pinpoint exactly why you have your neuropathy. And if that's the case, then it's definitely going to help you to get better just by treating each and every thing you find. So if you test 5 things and only 3 show positive, then I'm going to say treat those 3, not all 5, right? That makes sense. And so whatever you have, though, if you have 4 things going on and you treat 1, well, then you're only going to get a percentage of the results. So my suggestion is get the test, find out if you have neuropathy. If you do, how bad is it? Is it less than 85% or more? And then if it's less than 85%, start testing each of the 5 things until you find out which of the 5 or all of the 5 are your causes. And then just treat what you find. So if you start doing that, you're going to notice that your body immediately responds. You start getting better. Your numbness starts to go away. Tingling starts to go away. Your body improves. So if you want some more information, go to my website at drjasontripp.com or call the office 342-2225. And I'll talk to you soon.